Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss a reasoning topic direction and distance for CUET PG MBA. We will discuss complete theory and we will also discuss a few previous year questions from past year papers. Now before we start our lecture, I would like you to invite to our Telegram group. This is a dedicated group for CUET PG MBA. I will put this link in description. So if you are interested, you can join this group. Now the advantage is that you will get the free PDFs there. So this lecture PDF will be also there. Okay, so let's start with directions. So there are main 4 directions. And what are they? So this is east. We denote this as E. This is west. We denote this as W. This is north. Let's denote this by N. And this is south. S, right? So E, N, W, S. So if we go from, let's say, clockwise. So clockwise direction is this one, right? So from clockwise we have N, E, S, W. North, east, south, west. Okay. Now there are 4 other directions as well. We call them sub-directions. So we already saw this is east, west, north, south. Now we can add 4 directions more. So this one would be, this is, okay, so this is 90 degrees. So let me, so we have 90 degrees. So this would be 45 and 45, right? So this is exactly in between north and east. So that's why we call this as NE, northeast. Okay. Similarly, this would be called as southeast. This would be called as southwest. And this would be called as northwest. So we name them based on what are the 2 directions it is in between. So this is in between of north and west. So I will call this as northwest. Similarly, this is northeast, southeast, and southwest. Okay, so these are very easy ones. Now we have to define some relative positions. So first one is that B is the east of A. B, so we have A and B is to the east of A, right? So east is this direction. So let me define the direction: east, west, north, south. So B is to the east of A. So suppose A is here. So B has to be in the right of A, right? So B would be here. B is to the west of A. So B is here. Sorry, A. We have to define with respect to A. So A is here and B is to the west of A. So this time he is west. So this would be west, right? This is B. Oh, 1 second. Right? West direction is this one. B is to the north of A. So we have A and north is up direction, right? So B would be in the north. B is to the south of A. So we have A and B is to the south of A. Okay. So these are very easy ones. We define relative positions of 2 persons based on given directions. So in the questions you will find these statements. So please don't get confused over. But these are very easy ones. I hope you will not make any mistake. Now let us discuss a concept of turns. So let's say, okay, let's say a person is here and we say that he is taking a left turn. So his left hand would be this one, right? And his right hand would be this side. And his face is, you can say, in front of them. So left turn means anti-clockwise. So clockwise is this one. This is clockwise. And what is anti-clockwise? This one, anti-clockwise. So think of this. Left hand is this side. So obviously this would be anti-clockwise, right? If you will take a left turn, it means that this is anti-clockwise. And just opposite would be a right turn. So person is here. His right hand is this. Left hand is this. So if he takes a right turn, it means that he is taking clockwise turn, right? Clockwise turn. So I hope the concept of turn is clear. Clockwise turn or right turn, both are same. Similarly, left turn or anti-clockwise turn, both are same. Okay. Okay, now there is a concept of shadow. So in the morning, sun will be in east and shadow will be in west, right? So if a person is here and sun is here, right? So this is in east. So obviously shadow will be here. So this is west. In evening, just opposite of this. So person is here, sun is not this side. So obviously shadow will be in the east, right? No shadow as sun rays are vertically downward. So obviously a person is here and sun is exactly above him. So how can a shadow be formed? So no shadow in this case. Okay. In noon, no shadow. So I hope these three things are clear to you, these three cases. Okay, now let's move on to the problem solving part. So how many types of questions are framed in this chapter? This chapter is very easy. You simply have to do as the question says, right? But still we revise some basic concepts of turns, directions, shadow. Okay. Now we can move on to the question solving part. So there will be three types of questions. First type is involving directions only. So only direction will be involved. Second type is involving distances only. So only distance will be involved. And third type is involving both direction and distance. So there will be a mixture of these two, okay, in the third type. Okay, so now let's move on to the first part. This is the first part involving directions only. So we are concerned only with the directions. Okay. So the first question, Suman walks 15 km towards north. She turns right and walks another 15 km. She turns right and walks another 15 km. In which direction is she from the starting point? Okay. So let's say this is my starting point. Okay. This is my starting point and I call this Suman, S for Suman. Suman walks 15 km towards north. So let us first draw these four directions. This is east, this is north, this is west, this is south. Okay. So Suman walks 15 km towards north. So this north is upwards, right? So Suman will walk 15 km towards north. So this is 15. She turns right. So if a person is standing here, so obviously right is this side, right? So if she turns right and walks another 15 km, another 15 km. She turns right and walks another 15 kilometers. Suppose a person is standing here, so so let's say Suman is girl. So her right would be this side, right? Face is this side, so obviously her right would be this side. So the only thing you have to be aware of that where is she looking, where is he or she looking. Okay. So if his or her face is in eastward direction, so obviously his or her right hand side would be this direction, right? Southwards. So here she is standing at this position with face this side, so obviously her right hand would be in this direction. So she turns right and walks another 15 kilometers. So again she will travel 15 kilometers. In which direction is she from the starting point? So this is start, this is finish. So what is the direction of this position from relative to this position? So obviously this is eastwards, right? If you look from here, this is eastward direction. East direction. So that is option C. So you can see how easy the question is. The only thing you have to be aware of that that her face is pointing to which direction. Okay, and related to that you will find left hand or right hand, then you will never make a mistake. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Lata starts from point A and walks for 2 km towards north, then turns to her right and walks for 2 km, then again turns to her right and walks for another 2 km. In which direction is she facing now? Again similar question. Let's say this is point A and walks for 2 km towards north. This is, let's say, 2 km. Then turns to her right again this side and walks for 2. Then again turns to her right and walks for another 2. Another 2. In which direction is she facing now? Okay, so this is similar question to the last question, but there is a slight difference. In which direction is she facing now? So we are not asked the direction relative to a starting position. Okay, we are concerned with the face, that where is she looking. Okay, so if she is standing here and here she has come from this direction, so obviously her face would be pointing towards this side, right? And this side is what? This side is south. Okay, you can always make this north, south, east, west if you are confused. Okay, so she is pointing towards south, obviously. So the answer is B. Okay, third question: if southeast becomes north, northeast becomes west, and so on, what will southwest become? Okay, so we have, let's say, east, west, north, south, and southeast. So this is southeast. Okay, if southeast become north, so if this direction becomes north, so obviously you are going in this direction, right? And how much degrees? So 45 here and 90 here, so 135 degree, and you are moving anti-clockwise. Okay, then what will southwest become? So we are asked for this direction. Then what is this direction? So obviously this question is easy. So since you moved into this direction, so you can move this also to this direction. And how many degrees? 135 degree. So 45 here and 90 here. So this southwest would coincide now with east, right? 45 and 90, so this would become east. So option D. So this is also easy question. Sunil and Manohar are playing carom. If Sunil faces towards northeast, then his opponent Manohar faces in which direction? Again, a easy question. East, west, north, south. Sunil faces towards northeast. So Sunil faces this direction, okay? Northeast. Then his opponent Manohar would be facing which direction? So obviously they would be sitting opposite to each other, right? So that would be just opposite of this. So what is the direction? This direction. This one. This is southwest. So just diagonally opposite to this direction is southwest. Okay. So option A, southwest. A girl is facing north. She turns 180 degree in anti-clockwise direction and then 225 in clockwise direction. Which direction is she facing now? Okay, so girl is here. Let's say at this position she turns 180 in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so let me draw directions here. East, west, north, south. So let's say this is the starting position of girl. She turns 180 degree in anti-clockwise. What is anti-clockwise? Anti-clockwise is this one, right? This is clockwise, and this is anti-clockwise. So she turns 180 degree in anti-clockwise. So from here, 180 degree would be, so her face is towards south, north. So obviously 90 degree this one and 90 degree this one. So now her face is towards south. Okay. Then 225 degree in the clockwise direction. Now from here, now with this position, 225 degree in clockwise. So clockwise will be this direction. Okay, clockwise. So 225. So 180 this much and 45 this one. So 180 plus 45, 225. So this means that girl is now at this position. And what is this position? Northeast. Northeast will be C. So this was also easy question. She first moved 180 degree to anti-clockwise, but again she moved to clockwise direction, but this time 45 degrees extra. Okay, so 45 degrees extra from this position, northeast. A clock is so placed that at 12 noon its minute hand points towards northeast, In which direction does it our hand point at 130 p.m.? Okay. So let's put directions: east, west, north, south. Now there is a clock, but ideally 12 should be here, but 12 is not at this position, rather this position. Okay. See, at 12 noon, its minute hand points towards northeast. So this is northeast. So it means that for clock 12 is here. So if 12 is here, then 3 would be here, right? Let me use different color pen. 12, 3, 6, 9, right? So the clock is tilted 45 degrees towards 45 degrees clockwise. So I have rotated the clock 45 degree in the clockwise direction, in this direction. So that's why 12 from here, rather it is now at this position. So 3 should be here, but now this is this position. 6 should be here, but now this is here, southwest. Similarly 9 should be here, but this is now northwest. Now which direction does its hour hand point at 1:30 p.m.? Now 1:30 p.m. is what? 1:30 p.m. is completely in between of 12 and 3, right? Midway of 12 and 3. So 3 hours, and if you divide that into two parts, so 1:30 would be exactly in between, right? So this is the position of 1:30. And what is this direction? East, right? This is east direction. So option D, east. So I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now we will move on to second type 2, involving distances only. So the first question is: Vijay traveled 12 kilometers southward, then turned right and traveled 10 kilometers, then turned right and traveled 12 kilometers. How far was Vijay from the starting point? So let's say Vijay is starting from here. He traveled 12 kilometers south. So 12. Then turned right. So his right would be this direction, right? Because his face is towards south. Traveled thus 10 kilometers. So this is 10, let's say. Then turned right. So his face is this direction. So his right would be this direction, right? So traveled 12. So he came exactly in this line. Let me erase this first. So he's now in the same line as he started. How far was J from the starting point? So how far is he? He is only 10 kilometers far, right? This distance. This is 10 kilometers. So option D. Next question: Prachi, starting from place A towards east up to place B, covered a distance of 10 feet. Then she turned right and moved 3 feet. Again, she turned right and moved 14 feet. At how much distance from place A is C? Okay. So let's say Prachi is starting from this position. This position is A. She moved towards east up to place B. So she moved towards east to place B. And this distance is 10 feet. Okay. Then she turned right and moved 3 feet. So if her face is towards east, then her right would be downward, right? South direction. So this is 3. Again she turned right. So her face is now to southward. So her right would be this direction, towards west. She turned right and moved 14 feet. So she moved 14 feet. So this is 10 and this is 4 extra. Okay. So 10 plus 4, 14. At how much distance from A is C? Okay. So A was this one. This is A. And this is final position. This is final position. So how much distance from A is this position? Now we generally find shortest distance, right? We can't say that 3 distance this one and 4 distance this one. So 3 plus 4, 7. We want to find shortest distance. So we want to find this distance. So obviously this is Pythagoras. So this is 3, this is 4. So this would be a square root of 3 square plus 4 square. That would be 9 plus 16, 25. Root 25 is 5. So 5 feet. 5 feet. B option. So this is also an easy question. You simply have to do whatever they are asking. Next question, Rima walked 10 kilometers south and turned right and walked 5 kilometers. Then again she turned right and walked 10 kilometers. Then she turned left and walked 10 kilometers. How many kilometers will Rima have to walk to reach to the starting point? Okay, let's say this is the starting point of Rima. She walked 10 kilometers south and turned right and walked 5 kilometers. So if her face is towards south, so her right would be this direction, right? And walked 5 kilometers. Then again she turned right. If her face is this direction, so her right would be upwards towards north and walked 10 kilometers. Then she turned left and walked 10 kilometers. Okay, so now she is in the level of this one. Now she is in the same level. She turned left and walked 10 kilometers. Now her face is this direction, so her left would be this one, this direction. So 10 kilometers from here. So 10. How many kilometers will Rima have to walk to reach to the starting point? It means that what is the distance from here to start? So this is start, this is final. So what is the distance from start to final? So obviously these both positions are in the same straight line, right? So 10 here and 5 here. So 10 plus 5, 15 kilometers. Option D. So it's a very easy question. Okay, so we saw the questions based on direction and then distances. Now third type involving both direction and distances. So we will club them together. A postman starts from the post office and cycles 13 kilometers south, then turns west and cycles 10 kilometers, then turns north and cycles 8 kilometers, then turns east and cycles 2 kilometers, and then turns to his left and cycles 5 kilometers. Where is he now with reference to his starting point? Okay. So there are lots of turns. So let's say this is the post office. He starts from here. He goes 13 kilometers south, then turns west. So west is this one, this direction, right? Let me draw the direction. East, west, north, south. So 13 kilometers south, then turns west. So this direction, okay? And cycle 10 kilometers. Then turns north. So north is upwards and cycles 8 kilometers. So he cycles 8 kilometers, not 13 complete. Then turns east and cycle 2 kilometers. East is this direction, so 2 kilometers. Then turns to his left and cycles 5 kilometers. Okay, so if his face is this direction, so his left would be this direction, right? So he left and cycles 5 kilometers. Okay, so cycles 5 kilometers. 5. This is start, this is final. Where is he now with reference to his starting position? Now one thing, see, 8 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 13. It means that both are in the same level. Okay, so both are in the same level. So where is he now with the reference to his starting position? So start is this, final is this. So what is the direction? If you compare with the start, he is in the west, right? So direction is west. Now we are concerned with the distance. So what is the distance? So distance is, so 2 kilometers is gone and this total is 10. So this position, this distance would be 8, right? This is 8 kilometers. So 8 kilometer west, option C. Okay. So this is also easy question. Syam goes 5 kilometers in the north from his school. Now turning to the left, he goes to 10 kilometers and again turns to left and goes to 5 kilometers. How far he is from his school and in which direction? So Syam goes 5 kilometers in the north from his school. So let's say his school is here and he is going 5 kilometers in the north. So 5 would be upwards because north is upwards. Now turning to the left, he goes to 10 kilometers. So his left would be this direction. Let me do it again. So 5 and left would be this direction. So 10. And again turns to left. So what would be his left direction from here? So his face is towards this. So obviously left would be downwards, right? So goes for 5 kilometers. How far he is from his school and in what direction? So this was the start. this was start, or say a school. This is his point. So how far he is from his school and in which direction? So obviously he is from direction would be west, right? Compared to this is in west. So west. And the distance is this 10 kilometer because both are in the same line. So this is 10. So 10 kilometer west from a school. 10 kilometer west from a school. Option. Okay, so we discussed all the questions. Now there is a previous year question. Hindu starts from point A and travels towards north for 5 kilometers. He then takes a right turn and travels for 7 kilometers. He then takes a left turn and travels another 7 kilometers. Finally, she takes another left turn and travels to 2 kilometers, arriving at a point B. What is the distance between point A and B? Okay. So this is asked in last year paper 2022. Okay. On 5th year compare paper, this was the first slot. So let's say this is point A. She travels towards north for 5 kilometers. So she goes upwards 5. She then takes a right turn. So if her face is towards this, then her right would be this direction, right? Towards east. So she travels 7. She then takes a left turn. So if her face is towards this direction, so her left would be upwards, right? Towards north. She travels 7 kilometers again. Finally, she takes another left turn and travels for 2 kilometers and get a point B. Now from here, she will take left. So left would be this direction, right? So 2 kilometers. And this is point B. This is point B. What is the distance between point A and B? So this is A and this is B. What is the distance? So obviously we will have to find the shortest distance. So this is distance. Okay, this distance. So obviously we will again have to apply Pythagoras theorem. Now I want this distance. This is hypotenuse. So obviously I need this base, right? This base and this perpendicular. So this perpendicular is 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7, 12. So this is 12. This portion, this is 12. From here to here, this is 12. Now this portion, this is what portion? So this is 2 and this is overall is 7. So basically 2 will be subtracted. So this is 5. 7 minus 2, 5. So we have 12 and 5 and we want this hypotenuse. So basically Pythagoras theorem says under square root of 12 square plus 5 square. 144 plus 25, 169. And 169 is nothing but 13 kilometer option. So this was also an easy question. Okay, so we discussed all the questions and I hope this chapter is clear to you. This is a very easy chapter, I would say. You simply have to do whatever they are asking in the question. You don't have to do anything extra. Simply make the diagram, whatever is being stated in the question, and just be careful of directions, especially left and right and clockwise and anti-clockwise. If you are aware with this thing, then you will never make a mistake. So let's meet in some other videos. Also, one more thing, again, reminder for CUET PG MBA Telegram group. If you join there, then you will get this PDF there. So let's meet in some other videos. We will discuss more such questions. Thanks for watching. And if you like our content, then obviously you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you.